In July 2019, the annual 3-day event, the Gilroy Garlic Festival, was in full swing. This festival is one of the United States' best-known food festivals, drawing around 100,000 visitors every year. The city, located about 30 miles southeast of San Jose, is a major producer of garlic and puts on the festival as a fundraising event, staffed with volunteers from nonprofit groups, clubs, and schools. On Sunday, July 28th, the third day was coming to a close. Festival goers were enjoying the last moments watching the band Tin Man perform an encore. Unbeknownst to those in attendance, a gunman had entered the festival by using bolt cutters to cut through a fence to evade security screening. The gunman was wearing a bulletproof vest and was carrying a semi-automatic rifle, a Romanian version of an AK-47, with a 75-round drum magazine and 5 extra magazines that carried 40 rounds each. During the encore, the gunman positioned himself near an inflatable slide and opened fire, shooting out a total of 39 rounds. Witnesses in the area described the gunman as a white man wearing a green shirt and a gray handkerchief around his neck. He was shooting into the food area, seemingly at random. The lead singer of the band, Jack Von Breen, reported that he had heard someone shout, "Why are you doing this?" And the gunman responded, "Because I'm really angry." Police were quick to the scene and managed to engage with the gunman within a minute of the first shots being fired. The officers shot 18 rounds and hit the gunman several times. Initially, reports came out that the gunman was killed by the officers. The Santa Clara County coroner reported in response on August 2nd that the gunman died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head after the officers had shot him multiple times. 3 people aged 6, 13, and 25 were killed by single gunshots to the torso. In addition, 17 people were wounded. The gunman was found to be 19-year-old Santino William Ligon. Ligon came from a family of ambition. His father, Thomas Jr., is an avid runner who tried out for the Olympics in 1988 for the 400 and 800-meter events. Ligon's brothers continued the ambitious trend, as his brother Rosino is a boxer with the USA Boxing Incorporated company, with dreams of going to the Olympics. He had been featured multiple times by the Gilroy Dispatch, a local news source, for his athleticism and social activism. Ligon's brother Carlo was mentioned in the Gilroy Dispatch along with Rosino in Student of the Week profiles. Carlo mentioned in his profile that Rosino is his inspiration. The brothers never mentioned Ligon, and no profile was ever written on him. All 3 brothers attended Mount Madonna School, a non-traditional school that shares a campus with a yoga institution of the same name, founded in the 1970s by students of a silent Indian monk. Classes at the school included yoga and subjects like values and world thought. Rosino and Carlo eventually graduated from the school, but Ligon left prior to his freshman year. A classmate of Carlo stated that Ligon didn't fit the environment of Mount Madonna. When Ligon left, he moved over to the more conservative Monte Vista Christian School. The school confirmed that Ligon did attend, but that he transferred out before his senior year to Gilroy High School. In a yearbook photo of Ligon, he was observed as a serious, non-smiling young man. He was not listed as a member of any school clubs or sports teams. He seemed to have made no impression at any of his schools. One student from Monte Vista Christian School, one of the few that had any memory of Ligon, said of him, "He was just someone that I went to school with and was in my grade. I had talked to him maybe 2 or 3 times during my time there." Ligon graduated in the spring of 2017 with no sign of whether or not he attended college. The evidence gathered from Ligon's past was scarce in providing a motive. Ligon was seen as a loner and mostly kept to himself. His social media, though, gave some light into why he may have committed the mass shooting. Before the attack, Ligon posted a photo on Instagram with the caption, "A Garlic Festival time, come get wasted on overpriced expletive." He went on to complain about overcrowding towns and paving open space to make room for hordes of Latinos and Silicon Valley whites. He also posted a photo of a Smokey the Bear sign warning about fire danger and added a caption instructing people to read an obscure novel called Might is Right. Might is Right was published in 1890 and includes discredited principles related to social Darwinism. It has been glorified by white supremacists to justify racism, slavery, and colonialism. Brian Levin, director of Cal State San Bernardino's Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism, described that a key tenet of the book is the notion that people of color are biologically inferior. This Darwinism view of the world justifies aggression against diverse and vulnerable people. A sociology professor at Chapman University described how the book shares themes with similar books celebrating the lone wolf-style heroes. He stated that, for example, white supremacists have promoted that lone individuals need to take the law into their own hands and act violently. Despite these social media posts, though, investigators did not believe the posts proved Lagon's motive was domestic terrorism. Law enforcement continued their investigation by looking into the weapons used by Lagon. Lagon had bought the semi-automatic rifle legally in Nevada on July 9th. With the standard clip and stocks under California law, it is considered an assault rifle and is banned. The Nevada gun shop owner posted on Facebook that Lagon had ordered the gun online. When Lagon came in to pick up the weapon, he appeared happy and showed no reason for concern. He also wrote that he was heartbroken over the attack and that he never would have sold any firearm to anyone who acted wrong or looked to be associated with any bad group. Investigators then moved on to where Lagon had been living. Authorities searched 2 homes that were linked to Lagon. One home was his immediate family's house in Gilroy, and the other home was a triplex unit in Walker Lake, Nevada that Lagon had been spending time at recently, as he had other family living there. They also made sure to search the vehicle Lagon had driven to the festival, found northeast of the festival grounds. When Lagon did not arrive home after the shooting, Rosino had thought that he had been shot by the gunman. A family friend, Jerome Turkin, heard of the shooting on the radio and immediately called Rosino and their father. When Turkin reached Rosino was already in the car with his cousin out looking for Lagon. He was considering going to the emergency room to find him, but shortly after learned that it was Lagon who was shooting. Neighbors were shocked to hear the news. Some reported that the family was an upstanding, good group of people and had no idea where this came from. Shortly after the shooting, Lagon's family released a statement through their attorney. They stated that they were deeply shocked and horrified by Lagon's actions. They would never condone the hateful thoughts and ideologies that led to the event. It was impossible to reconcile this with the son they thought they knew. They apologized to the families of the victims. In response to the shooting, in September 2019, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors unanimously declared the National Rifle Association a domestic terrorist organization. They said that this organization exists to spread pro-gun propaganda and put weapons into the hands of those who would harm and terrorize the public. The mayor of San Jose proposed to prevent people from buying guns for others by requiring gun owners in the city to carry insurance. This proposal was put on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but was revived after a mass shooting in San Jose in 2021. In January 2020, the Gilroy Strong Resilience Center opened to support survivors of the mass shooting. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more criminal connections.